And welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, First Sergeant, or rather Master Sergeant Nai Tanuji, since she deserves the promotion for what she did, really put us through our paces in terms of having to clean up the mess that was Maho and Moika's room, or rather the guest room, that even caused Kuroki, the Akihabara family butler, to have a nervous breakdown. But we persevered in spite of the trauma that awaited us, and now Mayuri and Rintaro are both escorting Nai Tanuji home. Before Yugo gets mad. It seems that Mayuri and I are having a race of sorts. How many shops can they visit before they get home? Looks like Nai takes home the gold and Mayushi gets the silver. And Rintaro, of course, trying to keep safe. Of course, it's not necessarily your heads on the chopping block when it comes to Yugo Tanuji. It was getting late, so the cleaning party ended as soon as Nai left. All the better, really. It was Mayuri and I who had gone to get Sergeant Clean's help, so we were responsible for getting her back to the Bornju workshop. Oddly enough, Maho said she wanted to take a walk with us and came along. Looks like Nai and Mayuri are still racing, it seems. And off they go again. Leaving Rintaro behind in the dust. Nai was more excited than usual. Was it because of all the praise that everyone had showered on Sergeant Clean? Probably. Yeah, at least Maho is enjoying their antics.
どうかしたか?
いいえ、岡部さんのそういう顔、初めて見たかもと思って。
I wonder which face is that.
どういう顔だ?
なんていうのかしら。緊張してない、リラックスしてる。
It's probably a first for Rintaro, actually.
初めて会った時から、あなたは常に意識を張り詰めているような感じがしたから。
Of course, Rintaro does have his reasons.
そうかな。自分では意識してなかったよ。
At this time of night, most shops off the main road in Akihabara were starting to close, and there was no one around at all. The only ones walking down the alley at this hour were us four. I looked up and I could just barely see the stars past the clear winter sky.
なあ、ヒアジョさん。俺は君に言わなきゃならないことがあるんだ。
What exactly are we going to tell her?
クリスの
Wonder.
ことで。
Looks like Rintaro Okabe is finally going to come clean about his connection to Kurusu Makase. And probably more besides.
クリスは
I wonder if Maho will be prepared for this. Just as I was about to tell her, I could see Nai run across an intersection. Oh no. Oh dear. Suddenly a black van with its headlights off leapt out of a side street and almost ran over Nai. Oh no. Tanuji's not going to be happy about this. Nai just barely avoided being run over, but she fell butt first onto the ground. Mayuri ran over to her. I warned you. I went to run over to Nai and realized that something was wrong. The black van's doors opened and 3 people got out. 2 were wearing masks, and 1 was wearing a full face helmet. Yep, we always said that they would be back. And this time we don't have Suzuha and Tanuji to help us out this time. But I wonder, why are they here? If the other 2 people are where I think they are, hopefully Suzuha can deal with them if they're at the shrine. All of them had guns. Yep, we were incredibly careless. They were speaking in English. It's the same situation all over again. The time and place were different. But we've been through this before. But this was the same thing we'd seen before. Flashback froze me in place. The people with guns ignored Mayuri and Nai. They came straight for me and Maho. I decided they had to be after one of us. Probably Maho, given what happened at the hotel. Which means they're not after the future gadget lab. I forced myself out of the flashback and grabbed Maho's arm, trying to force her to run. Don't know if this is going to work. I pushed her hard. No time to be standing around. Gotta move. Maho had a look of terror and confusion on her face, but she did what I told her and started to run. She ran down a narrow alleyway and vanished from sight.
Don't move!
The attackers seemed to be after Maho, not me. They tried to follow her down the alleyway. Probably should have gone after her. But I quickly threw myself between them. Oh dear. I heard gunshots echo in the dark alleyway and Mayuri and I screamed. Did they shoot? I think they did. The attacker in the full face helmet had fired a warning shot into the sky, it looked like. Firing a gun on a Tokyo street was sure to get the police's attention. Did they just not care? I looked closer and realized that in addition to their black helmet, they were wearing a black motorcycle suit. At a glance I could tell the wearer was a woman. A woman. The black mask kept me from seeing her face, but... was it Moeka? No, we already ruled her out. That was impossible. She should be at Faris's right now. The woman stood in front of me without a word.
狙いは比野城さんか。
No response. What a surprise. If they were after Maho, I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to let her escape or not. The woman in the motorcycle suit kept her gaze locked on me at all times as she gave the other two men hand signals, so they're all here. They all headed for the alleyway that Maho had used, with their guns at the ready. I yelled, to no avail, but I hesitated to do anything more. Those bulky guys would catch up to Maho almost immediately. But if I'd resisted, I'd put not only my own life in danger, but Mayuri's and Nai's as well. Damn it, please get away, Maho. I prayed as I watched the attackers run down the alley. Suddenly one of them came flying back out of the alley. The other one was crawling backwards with his gaze locked on whatever lurked in the alley's rear. It was as if he'd run into a bear. Someone was in that alley. But who? Suzuha? I'd be glad if that was the case. No, it's not Suzuha.
おい、こいつは一体どんな状況だ?
Oh, hi, Tanuji. Yeah. Funny story. We were just walking down the street, taking Nai home, minding our own business, I might add, when these schmucks came out of nowhere and tried to pull a fast one over us to make up for last time. A large muscular man appeared from the alleyway. It was Yugo Tanuji. Had he come all the way from his shop? Well, he was probably on his way to pick up Nai.
ナイが遅いから迎えに来てみれば。おめえら、俺の娘に手を出しやがったな。 ただで済むと思うなよ。
Yeah, we were definitely on our way, honest. Good sir. Looks like it's round 2. Yeah, they don't want a piece of Tanuji. I could hear the woman in the motorcycle suit shout from within her helmet. She must have been using a radio. It was the order to retreat. She'd made a fast call. She was probably a professional. The van started to pull away with its doors still open. The driver must have still been inside. Mayuri and I were still both sitting on the ground, but evidently they were okay. That just leaves Maho. The woman in the motorcycle suit turned around and tried to escape using another alley. It looks like Rintaro's giving chase. I chased after her, but she suddenly spun and hit me with the stock of her gun. That's going to hurt. Oh god, is that going to leave a splitting headache? Yep, definitely professional. It was so sudden I didn't have a chance to dodge, so I took the blow right on my jaw. Looks like she's gonna get away again. I fell to the ground. I couldn't move. I can hear Mayuri. I just hope Maho made it away okay. That was my only thought before I passed out. And with that, Rintaro Okabe loses consciousness. Hopefully not for too long. It looks like we're switching to Maho's perspective. So I think that, hopefully she must have escaped. Nope, it looks like she's still running. As fast as she can. Anywhere. Still running. She's probably exhausted at this point. Maho just kept running. She had no idea what was going on, but from the way Okabe had been acting and the gunshot she'd heard, something really bad was going on. She prayed for Okabe and Mayuri's safety as she ran towards Faris' condo. She probably should have never come with us. Hopefully she can make it. If she could just get there, she could find Faris, Kuroki and Moroka. Maybe they could do something. Just before she reached the building, she saw the black van from before coming down the street. That's a bad sign. Do people not learn your lesson from Tanuji? She quickly turned around. She was starting to lose hope. If that van was still moving around, had Okabe and the others been captured? And now they were looking for her. Of course, unknown to Maho, Okabe and the others are safe and sound. The problem is, they're after Maho herself. She felt herself starting to cry as she raced for the station. Still running flat out. Hopefully she can get away in time. Seems like she's running forever. Past all the stores, including the radio building. And running quickly to the station. But she didn't know what to do once she got there. She needed to find the police, but she didn't know where the police station or police boxes were. Should she ask one of the people around or the station staff for help?
いいの。落ち着きましょう。何かいい手があるはずよ。
Indeed, we need to find a way out of this situation as quickly as possible. Her mind was racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and she needed to calm it down. And then she realized.
そうよ、電話。
You should
なん
have
でもっと
phoned,
早く気づかなかったのかしら。
or rather her phone, which she should have on her. She searched the pockets of her clothes for her smartphone, and then just in case she checked her bag. But she couldn't find it in either place. Oh, she left it at Faris's. Oh, that's bad. And the van's getting closer. They were back. It was that same black van. It was driving around this area searching for her. But where else can we run to? Somewhere. Anywhere. She quickly hid behind a nearby coin-operated locker. Oh hey, it's been a long time, locker. Haven't seen you in forever.
なんでスマホがないの。
Yeah, Rintaro put it on the table in your room, and you left it behind. That's the only explanation that makes any logical sense. Did she drop it when she was running? She retraced her steps from before she'd left. And she finally realized the truth. She'd been talking with Okabe just before she left the condo. And she didn't take the phone with her, even though he put it on the table in her room. After she lied about having to make a call, Okabe brought her the phone. And then she'd left it on the desk. It was probably still there. Unfortunately, that means we can't use it.
なんてこと。
It's a bit of a bad situation. We can't call anybody, not Faris and not the police. She would have to get to the police somehow. Maybe she should run into one of the stores. Several of them were still open. Suppose we could give it a try. The best option would be to get to the station or Yodobashi. But the problem was that black van. It was still going around looking for her. If she moved, it might find her. But she doesn't really have much of a choice. If she stays where she is, she's almost certain to get caught. She tried to make herself as small as possible and hide behind a telephone pole. That's not going to last.
岡部さんたち無事でいてくれるかしら。
Oh no. Suddenly a hand had reached out from behind her and across her mouth. Someone had grabbed her from behind. That's not good. She tried to yell and rip it off, but the hand wouldn't move at all. She couldn't even move her head. All she could tell was that it was a man's hand. Maho was starting to get ticked off at how ridiculous all this was. So she summoned every ounce of strength she could muster and slammed her elbow into the man behind her. Take that, mystery assailant. She heard a small scream and she was finally released. But she thought she knew that scream. Wait a minute. Liskanen.
Shh.
Oh, yeah, Maho.
It was Dr. Liskanen. He was holding his solar plexus as if in great pain, but he smiled at her.
護身術を身につけているとは感心だね。
I'm sure you must be very impressed, and I suppose that Maho must be glad to see you, even though, you did sneak up on her. And also, I don't trust you, by the way. But, I actually suppose this rules out those mystery masked people working for you. Unless, no, I'm pretty sure that whoever these mystery people are, they're definitely not allied with Liskanen. In his capacity as a member of Strategic Focus. Which begs the question as to who they are, and more importantly, just why Liskanen was out here at this particular hour. But when we return, adventurers, we shall, we shall try and make sense of the situation and see where we go to from here. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.